Hey guys, what's up? JP from Two Coast Customs here. It's been quite a while since I had an update. Been working a lot and doing a few side projects. Working on some furniture for my new house. As you guys are gonna see, I'm in the middle of moving, and I'll be creating a new, bigger, better shop for Two Coast Customs. I've also taken on a couple commissions here lately. Actual legit, one's a dragon for a children's television program local here, and I might be working on some other figure characters for another producer. So I'm very excited about that. And while I am very tired from my normal job, I'm going to try to truck through and actually do some really nice masterpieces with these few commissions that I have done. Just because I want to give these guys like my best. You know, they called me because they like my work, and we're going to do a good job for them. So basically that's what's going on right now. A week ago I did recently attend New Orleans Comic Con, or Wizard World Comic Con in New Orleans, and you all know that I had sculpted the White Ranger helmet, and this was a raw cast. It was just painted up, but I had the chance to get Jason David Frank to sign it, and I took a picture with him. So I believe I have that picture posted on my MySpace for all my friends. I'll try to post it up. It's actually pretty cool. It was very rewarding. He told me my helmet looked pretty sweet, and that was pretty cool. He's a very nice guy and very down to earth man, all about hanging out with his fans, and it was a really cool experience. So glad to have got that signed, and that was actually the first con that I've ever been to, and I tell you what, it's easy to get hooked because the artwork that was there was just very, very massive. I mean, lots of drawings, lots of black and whites, lots of illustrations. Lots of the artists were there that actually draw for Marvel Comics. So it was really awesome. Stan Lee was there. There's various people from Star Trek, The Next Generation, which I grew up watching, so that was really fun. The costumes, man, the costumes were great. And it's really cool because I know a lot of those guys there, like the Mandalorian mercs were there. Some guys from the Hunter's Lair that were there, that I'm friends with from Baton Rouge. They were there. Halo. They had a couple Halo costumes, but I didn't really see anybody from the 405th that would have been there. Just kind of subpar Halo costumes. I was kind of hoping to see somebody from the 405th because I have a lot of communication with different members on that forum. But it's just a really cool experience, and for me, like, I collect action figures and, you know, of course, you know, props. They did have a lot of stuff. I wasn't really impressed with the few vendors that did offer helmets because some of them were like really rough. I mean, they were rough in a sense, kind of like how I sell my rough cast, but I mean, like, you guys know that if I trade my rough cast, it's like for, you know, a very good value, of course. But some of these guys were like, they had some painted up and charging like $250 for an Iron Man helmet. I mean, like, done with Krylon. So I wasn't really thrilled about that. But at the same time, that person doing that is like an excellent, excellent illustrator, like with beautiful paintings and drawings behind them. So maybe that's just a little side project for him, or somebody off of a forum had sold it to him to sell. So I don't know, but it's definitely worth experiencing. It was a nice size, and I'll definitely be going back next year and probably wearing a costume. I didn't this year because my schedule was so hectic and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to make it to the costume con. But next year definitely, and I will definitely be competing in the contest. I have no idea what my costume will be, but it'll be something cool, I assure you. But anyway, you know, I'm just giving you guys an update of what's going on with Two Coast Customs and me, JP. A lot of you guys have been sending me lots of questions, lots of comments, lots of positive feedback on the YouTube channel, and I think I have over 500 subscribers on here now, so I'm really appreciative to that. And you know, I want to give back, you know, to the costuming community and teach all that I know, and share all my builds. So this next build, building this dragon, I'm going to be vlogging it. I say blogging it, but I'm going to be vlogging it, video logging it here on YouTube. And they'll have lots of time lapse. We're actually going to do some full body casting, which I'm really excited about that, because I haven't done a whole lot of it, but I'm very familiar with it. So that's something new we're going to be doing, and we're going to be doing a lot of latex work. So I'm going to have all that on film. So we should have some good episodes coming up, guys. And if any of you out there like playing with video editing and stuff like that, I've always been looking for a new intro to my show, and always out looking for an editor for my content, because I would like to get a lot of my work out to the world just to show them and help out people that can. So if you like video editing and you're good at it and you like props, I can hook you up. Yeah, just send me a message to my YouTube. Don't send it in the comments. Send me a private message. You know, I'll respond to those faster than I will the comments. But yeah, so that's what's going on. As far as actual prop making, I haven't touched on an armor since the War Machine I completed for Halloween, which you'll see. You've seen the War Machine Rises video, which I think was the last video I put out. This next video with the War Machine Rises will show you it completed and at the costume party and stuff like that. So it was actually a fun build. I really enjoyed building that. It's mostly foam build with the, minuscule sculpted parts. The hands, stuff like that were sculpted. And some of that was blogged on the United Prop Builders YouTube page. So definitely check that out. I'm going to try to get a link to it in the description if I can. But as far as props, I had started building a Loki helmet, and then I decided that I would go ahead and sculpt it, which I'll be loading up a couple time lapses, because this is my Loki helmet I'm working on, okay? And this is a cast. I do have a mold. I did this mold with the household silicone method, and it worked out very good. I actually found out a couple little tricks that helped me out vastly that I haven't seen in videos, and I'm going to show you guys as well as narrate it, so you know what I'm talking about. Now the video will be kind of jumpy, you know, it'll kind of fast forward, but I'll walk you through the process, because some things are redundant. Like, you don't want to watch me put layer after layer after layer of silicone because it's redundant. But I will show you and tell you how to put it on without it sticking to you, and multiple layers without taking up a lot of time. But anyway, this is the Loki helmet as it stands. What I did was I sculpted the helmet itself on top of a life cast from CFX, and just kind of made me some nubs where the horns would go, and actually cut them off. And then what I did was I used some Smooth On Freeform epoxy putty, which is great stuff for rapid fabrication. Highly recommend it. But what I did was I started out with a stainless steel welding rod. You could use coat hanger. I just had stainless steel welding rod. So I did that and kind of made the rough bend to the shape I wanted. And then this two-part epoxy clay, you mix it, right? And you let it sit in a ball. And after so many minutes, about 30 minutes, it becomes a little more stable. And basically, I did this in 3 sections, where I put the clay on there, I kind of roughly formed it, and I put the next section the next day, and then the next section the next day. And this stuff gets really hard, but also very easily sanded. And what you're looking at here is a very rough horn, which is starting to take shape. I didn't realize a horn would take so much work, but to get it right and to get it to hold that gloss like the movie helmet, it's going to take a little elbow grease. So what I'm doing now at this stage is smoothing this horn out and once I get it smooth, I will cut these nubs to accept this horn. Now I will cut both of them to accept the horn, but also I will be adding some shape, probably with the epoxy putty, and smoothing that back down. And when this is remolded, because this is the rough mold, you will have a horn that will fit on each side, and that means I will be able to mold this one horn and be able to produce many horns to whatever castings I make. But actually, you know, just come out with a much smoother product than we started with. I sculpt with clean clay, but they don't sell it anymore. I think Smooth On is actually offering something quite like clean clay. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's supposed to be pretty good stuff. So I'm gonna be trying out a bulk batch of that and let you know how that goes. Medium, of course, and I'll probably be ordering some of the hard, see how that goes, because I really like the clean clay, and I don't know if I want to switch to Chavant all of it just yet, because this means a lot of clay I gotta chunk out, because I don't want to get cross-contaminate. But yeah, so right here you just have basically a hollow cast and basic helmet. I don't know that it's purely movie accurate, but it's in the ballpark. I even sculpted the neck part down. So, and of course, to put this helmet on, you have to actually cut the back piece here, because that's how the movie one fit. And I'll show you the mold, because the mold actually came out pretty neat. I actually made the mold out of the same stuff I made the horn out of. And there's a guy on United Prop Builders, Antonio Pagan, who just sculpted a badass Elite, and he made his mothershell using the same stuff. So for me, it was very simple. In fact, that it's almost maybe a quarter-inch thick, and works okay. The front side did a little thin, and I ended up having to patch back because I broke it trying to demold it. But I mean, it holds perfect shape. And you see, like, this is not really big, so I didn't have to use a buttload of material. And of course, with the household silicone, it's very rigid. So, with the exception of a few creases where the some air got locked in and made some undercuts into the silicone, so the plastic actually embedded itself, making raised bumps on the helmet. With the exception of that, there's no deformities in the helmet. It came out exactly as I sculpted it, and it was a very cost-efficient method. I think this mold was maybe less than, I would say about $30 to build, so it was very worthwhile, and I think you guys will enjoy the next time lapses I post up showing this method. Now it's kind of redundant. I've shown this method, but I haven't been as thorough with it, and I really think it could do a lot of people a lot of good, because it's such a thrifty method that you could do locally. And with this clay, it's non-toxic, so it doesn't emit any fumes or anything like that. So making your mold is a lot easier. And also too, the middle, mine's kind of messed up because I was running out of the clay. But you can form one side and your mohawk, and then when that gets hard, put your petroleum jelly on one side and then start working your other one up. Or you don't even have to wait till the mohawk gets hard. Just make sure you got that layer of jelly between there, and bam. I mean, I made this, like, literally made this mold in one sitting. And the outside looks like Bondo. That's because it is Bondo, it's Brondo. And put a little fiberglass in the neck areas, which I go over in the video. And also in the where the slit is to take the helmet out of the mold, I actually reinforced that with just fiberglass. The little strips, you buy a whole roll, it's really cheap at Lowe's, for reinforcing your drywall when you have holes and such. Anyway, that's mounted in there, and keeps the silicone from tearing big time. You can't even tear it with your hands. So yeah, it came out pretty cool, and now I can kick some of these out. So once the horn's done and I remold this, I think it's going to be a very elegant Loki helmet. And I look forward to trading with some of you fellow prop builders, some of you guys that I trade with often. If you're interested, let me know, because you guys know I love to trade. So I rarely sell things. I'm about trades because I like my art before other people's art. So anyway, so that's what's going on with that. Let's take a look here, and you'll see a stereo. No. But I told you guys I'll be doing some life casting and such, so I got a buttload of plaster bandages, and this dragon costume will be latex and foam. So I got some poly foam here. This is all stuff for Brick in the Yard. I had Monster Maker sent me a buttload of latex. Got my latex pigments. Been itching to try those, and I'll let you know how those work out. Got me some Umu for a couple teeth I'll be molding and such. You know, we got the smooth cast, trying out the 65D. It actually has been working pretty good, and it's a lot more durable plastic. As a matter of fact, that's what the Loki helmet is sculpted out of, or cast out of, and it works out really good. And also this time around I'm trying a new series of plaster. This is Ultra Cal 30. This will be for pulling latex mask and latex parts for the dragon costume. Which also, you'll be excited to know, the people that have got predator heads from me, I will be sculpting the open mouth to the predator head. And while the predator head will stay the same, where the wrinkles end at a certain level of the face, we'll actually be able to cut that off. I have a mock-up to sculpt on. But actually be able to cut that off and sculpt the open face to it. So it will actually fit to the original mask, which would be very cool. So, phew, and I'm talking a lot, huh, fellas? Anyway, so I told you guys I'm moving, so I have a bunch of my stuff kind of put together and getting it ready to move. I've been putting together like things I need to finish, and I have a lot of things I need to finish. But anyway, there was the sculpture. It's all banged up for being moved around and stuff, but this the mock-up of the predator face. So we cutting down one of these wrinkles and resculpting. Yep, good friend on Facebook there, Black Ranger helmet. I hope you see this video, because you'll see I cut it down the back, and that's where it sits right now. Did a little sanding on it, but one day I'll finish it. One day. But yeah, until I move, I can't do a whole lot. I'm only really working on the commission stuff I have right now. Nothing necessarily for my own hobby, but you'll see my hobby room is kind of, everything's kind of thrown in here. All the stuff is it's just a mess. All those boxes back here, you can't even see because it's dark. All those boxes back there have my molds in them. So, yeah. So, I've been doing a little sketching. It's kind of inspired by the guys' art at Comic-Con. I think I'll be doing a lot more sketching, a lot more airbrushing, and hopefully get me some murals somewhere. So, anyway, guys, stay tuned because I'm going to be kicking out some videos, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy. So, yeah, this is JP, twocoastcustoms.com. Feel free to hit me up on youtube.com, and you can also message me through my website. And if you see me on United Prop Builders, give me a holler. I always like to work with different prop makers, so stay tuned for the next videos, guys, and thanks very much.